And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. Today we've got news of the day for the 18th of February 2022. We're going to get into this, bring you the five news events of the day that we can play on a GeoGuessr map. So it's been, I think, 2 days since I've done this game. I'm not going to be able to do this every day. I'm just going to try. But obviously other things come up, life comes up, different things come up. So I'm going to try to get this out to you as much as I can Monday through Friday, and then the occasional weekend if I'm able to do it. So with that said, let's play this game. Let's get into some of the big news events around the world. And we're going to do this as a no time limit moving allowed challenge. And as always, the play along link for the news of the day game will be in the description below. All right, so let's get into it. Where is this round going to take us? Well, it's going to take us to a bobsled track in Canada. So this may or may not look familiar to you. Looks like there's bobsledders waiting to go here, and a tent over it where, if you're familiar with 1988 Calgary Olympics, well, that's where this is. And why? What's the importance of this with the Olympics going on in Beijing, China? Well, there's a news article about most people, about cool runnings. Most people die before their legacy is revealed, but I've had to live it, says Dudley Tal Stokes, the Jamaican four-man bobsled team in action in the 1988 Calgary Winter Olympic Games held in Calgary, inspired the film Cool Runnings. I don't know if you've watched Cool Runnings, but certainly a favorite movie of mine and our family. Kids have watched it. The four-man team crashed and did not finish, and inspired that movie Cool Runnings. So now, 34 years later, as this pertains to the Olympics today, is that for the first time in the Olympic history, this island nation is qualified in three bobsled events: a two-man bobsled, the women's monobob, which didn't know that was a thing, and the four-man bobsled, which we're familiar with, as well as entering its first ever alpine skier. Jamaica's two-man bobsled team of Shawayne Stevens and Nimroy Turgut came last in the event, but the nation will get a second bite at the cherry this week in the four-man event. There's the Jamaican bobsled team in Beijing 2022. So unlikely beginnings. This goes a little bit into how they had an idea. They then came up with the plan and decided to go for it. And, like anything in life, you put your mind to it, you can achieve a lot of great things. This was the genesis started of two of them were drinking at a bar in Kingston, Jamaica, and saw the pushcart derby on television and struck up on bobsled. So that's a nice article. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but now hopefully you are. The Jamaican bobsled team, now a couple bobsled teams plus an alpine skier. I think there was a picture below of the alpine skier. Yes, Benjamin Alexander from DJ to Jamaica's first ever alpine skier. So you can click there as well. So that's great to see. This is why I love the Olympics, is getting countries that might not don't have winter. Winter just doesn't occur there, right? So this is pretty cool. For this particular, we go back to the picture here. If you've ever seen the movie Cool Runnings, this I think was filmed here as well. So you can see like the little house there that holds the soon-to-be racers, and I think in the movie they didn't have, or the Olympics, they didn't have this covering over top. But let's go find out where this is. This is Calgary 1988 Olympics. Where was this held? Calgary, Alberta. Well, where was the track? Let's take a look. So here's Calgary, pretty big city, right? I know some of the 1988, there's Banff ski area. I think a lot of the ski stuff was out here. So pretty close by, I would have to say, for all told for a Olympic venue, especially a winter Olympic venue. So here's wind sport. I think this is where it is. Yeah, this is wind sport. And here's the bobsled track. So I think we were at the top. Yep, the Calgary bobsled track. I think we're there. And yeah, you see it's right close to the city center of Calgary, interestingly enough. So there we are. 5,000 points, 19 yards. The Jamaican bobsled team, the first news article of the day, and their successes in growing their Winter Olympic field of athletes. All right, on to the next one. Let's see where this takes us. And we've got a port, boats, ships. What's going on here? Portos Azores. I don't know if that's how you say it. But the Azores. Why are we here? Well, the Felicity Ace. Not necessarily here. So again, some of these news articles, I'm going to pick the closest location or a point in the article that references something that's happened. So we'll talk about this in a minute, but let's take a look at this article. So a cargo ship full of luxury cars is on fire and currently adrift in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So abandoned cargo ship packed with cars is adrift in the Atlantic after a rapidly spreading fire on board forced the crew to escape. The 656-foot-long Felicity Ace roll-on, roll-off car carrying ship caught fire in the North Atlantic on Wednesday as it carried cargo, including Porsches, Volkswagens from Emden, Germany to Davisville, Rhode Island. At the time of the fire's outbreak, the ship was sailing 90 nautical miles southwest of Portugal's Azores, according to a statement on Wednesday by the Portuguese Navy. So, let's take a look at this. This is the good thing is 22 crew members were able to leave. They survived. Everything's good there. Nothing happened. The unfortunate thing is there's a large ship at sea that's burning with luxury cars on it. So that's always an interesting story. Let's take a look at where this is. 90. There's the Portuguese flag, by the way. And we're Portos. So let's go back and look at the article. And we've got Ponta Delgada. So where's Ponta Delgada? Well, the Azores, if you know where Portugal is, Azores are west. And there it is. It shows right up there, Ponta Delgada. So it says, let's take a look. We're going to take a look at this and actually look at the course, probably, of this ship. So Ponta Delgada, I think we are out here on the port. So, out here somewhere. Let's not guess that because I want to show you something here. So 90 nautical miles is probably, now the Azores encompasses this area. So I'm going to guess probably out here. So this ship, the Portuguese Navy came out here to rescue. This ship is probably burning. Not necessarily in the middle of the Atlantic, but definitely in the North Atlantic. But I'm going to guess it's probably in this area out here. Like right in this area, which is interesting. So if we take a look. So here's Germany. I'm sure it took off this ship. There's Emden right here. Here's Emden, right? So the Emden left here and headed to Davisville, Rhode Island. Came through the English Channel, the Celtic Sea, and then I guess came down around this way. I thought it would have gone northwest of here. But in any case, came down this way, and I guess it goes back up, which seems to be a longer route. But in any case, Davisville, Rhode Island, where are you? I guess it's closer up here to the Portland, but do we see Davisville? Well, Davisville, Rhode Island. Well, in any case, here's Rhode Island. It's sure Davisville's around here somewhere. Maybe it's like a small little area. But you see where this goes, right? So this ship made it a little less than halfway. So Ponta Delgada, thanks to the Portuguese Navy for rescuing the 22, and 60 yards, 5,000 points. Off to the next news event of the day. And what do we have here? What is this? Looks like it could be the Helsinki Airport, which is interesting. What's going on with the Helsinki Airport, right? Let's take a quick look around. Nice airport. What's going on there? Well, here's what's going on. Tourism. Finland is expecting a sharp upswing in number of U.S. tourists. Maybe me. I don't know. We'll see. Close to a record number of tourists from the United States are expected to come to Finland this summer, while restrictions continue to dampen tourism from Asia. So they're going to have more direct connections from the United States to Finland this year than ever before, and that is the most significant reason that tourism for Finland will increase sharply, says Heli Mendi, who heads the tourism promotion organization Visit Finland in North America. According to Visit Finland, about 320,000 annual overnight stays by tourists from the United States were recorded in Finland before the pandemic, and this year the number of overnight stays by tourists from North America is expected to increase again. This winter, travel agents in the U.S. have been selling 1-week customized travel packages to Lapland for between $3,000 to $15,000. So, and it looks like, that shifted from China to the United States at this point. So an interesting article I came across for that, because one of the things with the pandemic is obviously the tourism has definitely been down and low in a lot of countries around the world. And I just thought this was an interesting article today, given the fact that there's a lot of Finnish viewers. There's a lot of games that have been playing with Finland, and I'm an American. So who knows? Maybe I will be one of those 320,000 this summer. Probably at this point, not likely. Got a lot of kids, a lot of stuff going on, but who knows where this channel and these games will take me. Let's take a look, again, going back. We're at the Helsinki Airport, which is where I would guess that most of these Americans will arrive, perhaps. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look and find out where the Helsinki International Airport is. And Vantaa. There it is, the Helsinki Vantaan lentoasema. And like any major city in the world, it always seems like the airports are outside of the city center and outside of a ring road or beltway, whatever you call it, the E18 in this case. And let's look at the Helsinki Airport. I think we're on the turn here, right? Coming in. Yeah. It says T1, I think, backwards. Terminal 1. Let's see if we discover any other things. This is an interesting terminal. Interesting lights. Any other interesting things here that we have? Nope, nothing about the United States or Finnair or anything like that. Let's just go and click on it. I think we're about there. And let's see where we were. 35 yards. There we go, 5,000 points. And off to the next round. From Finland. Okay, so back, this is the United States. So from Finland to the United States, a good segue. It's not a bad place to go from Helsinki to this place, right? You got Helsinki to 1,000 steps beach access. In what is California? What's going on in California? Well, a boater who fell into the Santa Barbara Channel is helped by a nudging seal and swims to an oil rig safely. This guy here, Scott Thompson, survived. He was lost at sea with no land in sight. A Southern California boater, Scott Thompson, as you see here, fell into the ocean and thought he was spending his final moments on Earth. Thompson accidentally fell out of his boat and into the water last month. He only wore shorts and a t-shirt in the middle of the frigid Santa Barbara Channel at night, miles away from land. Again, at night. That's pretty crazy. Panic set in as he watched his his boat motor on without him. That's when I realized, like, okay, we've got problems. And I just started swimming as hard as I could towards the boat, and it really did not take too long to realize, like, it's getting farther, I'm not getting closer. So he's an expert diver and experienced swimmer. He felt the icy chill of the ocean and certain death creeping in. The panic set in. It was like, I like how they use the word like, that's California, I think. Wow, this is a pretty heavy situation. There's that word heavy again. I think it was coined by, if you've ever watched Back to the Future, heavy was, I believe it was Doc Brown who said that to a young Marty McFly in 1955. Heavy. There's that word again, heavy. Is everything heavy in the future, right? So heavy, like, very California words by this guy, luckily to have survived, and a SEAL helped him along his way to get back to survival. So there you go. Let's take a look at this. Santa Barbara, California. Man, what a place. Let's just take a look around, and would you like to live here? I certainly would. Very beautiful. There's a guy right there. Looks like a hot tub there, and he's waving to the Google car on I think the Santa Barbara Channel is right there. The Channel Islands. Let's take a look at it. California, and here's Santa Barbara. So here's Los Angeles. The Super Bowl was held down here in this part of, they could near not too far from Compton. So we'll come up a little bit, and here's Santa Barbara. And I think 1,000 Steps Beach, that's where we were. Let's click on that. 1,000 Steps Beach. And this is the Santa Barbara Channel. So right here between Channel Islands National Park, and here's where this guy, out in these waters out here, is where he had to swim to an oil rig, which is interesting. But cold waters. By the way, most people don't realize the water in this part of the world is cold. It's frigid year-round for the most part. You're not going to get warm water like you do on the East Coast of the United States, but everybody thinks California, hot weather, it's warm all year round, but the water is cold as opposed to the eastern part of the United States, just for those that aren't aware of that. There we are. So Santa Barbara, and we get off to the fifth and final round. And what is this monstrosity? This is, well, looks like, would this thing hold up in a windstorm? I don't know. We are on a river in England, the River Thames, and we've got Storm Eunice. And wow, this keeps, as we look at the page of BBC, we've got high winds and transport havoc as Storm Eunice hits United Kingdom. This is wind gusts of 122 miles an hour, which is literally a hurricane in the United States. This is like hurricane force winds. This is one of the worst UK storms in 3 decades. And then this was the O2 Arena. Parts of the roof have been shedded. And let's just take a quick look at this. And you see here, this is the O2 Arena. And you realize maybe tarps aren't the best thing to cover it, especially in wind. So it's been shredded there. You can have some fun, not fun, but some interesting things with this page if you go this. Again, the links, I didn't say this, the links to these news articles are in the description below. And yeah, there's probably going to come up something here, so we're not going to be able to probably watch that yet. So let's think about that.
For all those who took the dirt road less traveled, who built their life out of lumber.
Let's just take a quick look at this. And this plane. See if anything happens. Probably not. That's not a... Wow, that is pretty crazy.
Easy. Go on, son. Oh, okay, tippy toe. Too cold.
Oh, man. Wow.
Swing, man. Whoa.
I love the commentary of folks from England on that. That was great. So, yeah, I thought we were going to get a long ad or whatever like that, but nonetheless, there you go. The BBC, again, the links to the news articles and that are in the description below. So we're in the River Thames. This is the O2 Arena. This is in London, United Kingdom. And I think we're a good distance away from the city of London, the center of London. I think we're on the east side of town, or city, east side of the city. near Canary Wharf, I believe. That's right, we're up here. I think we're on this part of the river. Yes, we were. I think we are. 5,000 points. There we go. So we got a 25,000 perfect score on this game. We went from the Olympics, Cool Runnings, Jamaican bobsled team, to the ship that's on fire in the middle of the Atlantic, to tourism increasing from the United States and Finland, to the fella who was nudged along by a seal in Southern California, to the Storm Eunice and how it is battering the United Kingdom with realistically what is hurricane. I mean, that's a hurricane. If it's in this part of the world, or this part of the world down here, that is a full-on hurricane. And real quick, I do know that I just want to do an Olympic update since it is Friday. Norway's in first. I mean, they're well out in first with medals with 34. That is amazing of a country of 5 million. I mean, they just that is certainly an achievement to be proud of, especially with only 5 million people, which is like the size of the state of Maryland in the United States, which is ridiculous. Germany in second with 22, United States with 21. Sweden playing Russia. I think Russia was up 1-0 in the hockey. So that they will be playing Finland, who's on 6 medals, for the gold medal. So Finland will get another medal. They'll add definitely another medal to that, whether it's the gold or silver. It remains to be seen. That is on Sunday, I believe. So that's the news of the day. If you have any suggestions on news of the day, or if you have any news articles that you would find that would be interesting to add, realistically, the news articles that I want to do include just some geography in it. Where is the location? Where is the building? Where's whatever it is it's happening? Where is it happening? So if you have any articles or anything that you want me to feature in this particular game, either comment down below or send me an email at alloverthemap23@gmail.com. And as always, if you want to support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description below that helps the channel grow, helps me do these games, and will help me with the good setup with a lot of stuff in the future to bring you better content, even me on the video soon, and more stuff like that. Again, that's in the description below. With that said, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.